Hi guys. Is Chloe here again? Welcome to my channel, where I give insights of all the latest gadget from the major tech companies. In this video, I will share some insights into iMac released by Apple few days back. This iMac is nothing to compare other iMac we've seen before, and it all comes down to the M1 chip. If you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe and like this video. Now back to our iMac review. There are some other differences between this 24-inch iMac and the 21.5-inch model from 2019 that it's replacing. There are better microphones and better speakers. There are few ports and some of them have moved around. The screen is bigger and better. The keyboard now has TouchID. Design. It comes in 7 colors, allowing you to choose the finish that's right for your aesthetic. The Apple iMac colors are green, yellow, orange, pink, purple, blue and silver, although you're limited to green, pink, blue and silver for the entry-level model. If you remember back in the late 90s and early 2000s, this color variety was the norm for the iMac, before Apple shifted to the same gray color scheme for every computer it launched. But the new iMac, 24-inch, 2021, hasn't just been given a new lick of paint. It has a slightly more rectangular design that's reminiscent of the latest iPhones, and it's now thinner and more compact than ever, thanks in large part to the inclusion of the Apple M1 chip that powers this iMac. This has allowed Apple to drastically shrink down the logic board, reducing the volume of the iMac by 50%, and it's just 11.5 millimeters thin. As we've mentioned, that's all while increasing the display to 24 inches, up from the 21.5 inches that this tier of iMac has been in the past. In fact, the total footprint of the new iMac has been reduced by 30%, with dimensions of 18.1 x 21.5 x 5.8 inches, 46.1 x 54.7 x 14.7 centimeters. It's also significantly lighter at 4.48 kilograms, 9.88 pounds, compared to the 5.68 kilograms, 12.52 pounds of the previous 21.5-inch iMac. This means that when you take the new iMac out of the box, the biggest design change you'll notice is just how light this thing is. It's seriously impressive, and combined with the reduced depth and footprint, it means the new iMac can be easily carried around and installed almost anywhere in your home or office. By their nature, all-in-one PCs are more compact and easier to set up than traditional PCs, as there's no need to connect cables to a monitor, and thanks to the wireless keyboard and mouse included with the new iMac, and the Magic Touchpad in some configurations, you only need to plug in one cable to get up and running, the power supply. And even here Apple has made some pretty neat changes, highlighting the kind of attention to detail its designers have lavished on the new iMac. The power adapter has been redesigned, so it now easily connects to the iMac via magnets, in a welcome return of Apple's MagSafe technology. This makes it quick and easy to insert the cable, as its placement on previous iMacs could make that tricky. Also, on the higher-end models, the power adapter features a gigabit Ethernet port, so you can just plug your wired network cable into this, which is another nice touch. The power adapter also features a 2-meter woven cable, which complements the color choice of your iMac. It's an attractive and useful way of plugging in and powering your iMac. Like the power cable, the Magic Keyboard, Magic Mouse and Magic Touchpad are all color coordinated as well, and when you fire up macOS Big Sur, the latest version of the Mac operating system, you'll notice that certain elements of the user interface, such as the desktop background, use the same color your iMac. However, the Magic Keyboard has had some big changes. It comes with new buttons for emoji, spotlight, dictation, do not disturb and instant lock, accessed via the FN key and the F keys at the top. Also, on the higher-end iMac models, the keyboard now comes with TouchID. This works in a similar way to TouchID on a MacBook or iPhone. After setting it up, you rest your finger on the TouchID button and you can instantly log into the iMac. If you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe and like this video. Now back to our iMac review. Due to the keyboard being wireless, Apple has assured us that the transmission of your fingerprint is done safely and securely. The power button remains in the left-hand corner of the back of the iMac, but the headphone port has been moved to the left-hand side of the display. The new and improved screen of the iMac, 24-inch, 2021, is another highlight. Apple has shrunk the bezel around the screen by almost 50%, which not only allows the new iMac to have a larger 24-inch display without being much bigger in overall size than the 21.5-inch model, but also makes the new iMac feel much more modern and contemporary. While its competitors were coming out with ever smaller bezels around the screen, the previous iMac, with its chunky borders, was starting to look outdated, so we're very glad Apple made this change. The screen itself is gorgeous, with a 4.5K Retina resolution that equates to 4480 x 2520 and a pixel density of 218 ppi pixels per inch. As on previous M1-powered Macs, macOS Big Sur starts up quickly and generally feels very sprightly, even with numerous apps open at once. Flicking between them was fast and smooth. Apple has continued to do a great job of getting big third-party apps, such as Adobe Photoshop and Microsoft Office, to support the M1 chip, and along with all Apple apps, many now run natively on the M1. As for older apps that don't yet have an M1 version, you should still be able to run these without much issue thanks to Apple's Rosetta 2 tool, which enables apps made for Intel hardware to run on M1 Macs with a minimum of issues or performance degradation. On the whole, it does an impressive job, and you'd be hard-pushed to know if an app was running via Rosetta 2. The SSD is nice and speedy as well, and not only does this mean that macOS Big Sur and its various apps load up quickly, it means file transfers are incredibly fast. We moved a 3 GB folder of files from an external hard drive to the iMac storage in under 5 seconds. To put the iMac 24-inch 2021 through its paces, we loaded up Final Cut Pro, which is now an M1 native app, and did some editing on an 8K video. This is intensive stuff, but like the MacBook Pro 13-inch M1 2020, the new iMac performed very well. While video editing professionals may want to stick with the 27-inch iMac, or wait to see what Apple brings out next, due to the added performance that a dedicated GPU would bring, the iMac 24-inch 2021 does an excellent job for hobbyists looking to edit their home videos. We have to give a shout out to the new iMac screen as well. 8K content looks great on it, and as it's 4.5K, it means you can watch 4K content in full resolution without having to go full screen. The bright and vibrant screen made working on the iMac a joy, and that added extra space over the 21.5-inch model really helps as well, as the macOS desktop doesn't feel too crowded. The screen isn't touchscreen, however, which probably isn't a surprise, as no iMac has come with a touchscreen. However, we kept on wanting to use our hands on it. Maybe it's because an increasing number of all-in-one PCs come with touchscreens, or maybe it's because the iMac increasingly looks like a giant iPhone, but having touchscreen controls would bring another level of interactivity to the iMac. Maybe that's something for a future update. The speakers in the new iMac, which Apple claims are the best speakers ever in a Mac, complement the screen well. There are 2 pairs of force-canceling woofers for deep bass notes, and these use the same tech found in MacBooks, which allows for bass sounds without vibrating the thin device they're coming from. Spatial audio with Dolby Atmos is also included, and overall the sound quality of the new iMac is very good, easily offering room-filling volumes without distortion. There's also a studio-quality 3-mic array, which produces some excellent results thanks to its advanced noise cancellation feature. There's also beamforming, so the mics can pick up your voice clearly wherever you're sitting in relation to them. The iMac 24-inch 2021 webcam has also been improved. It's a 1080p FaceTime camera, which is an instant upgrade over the 720p camera in the 21.5-inch model. Along with the resolution boost, it has a larger sensor for better low-light performance, while the Advanced Image Signal Processor (ISP) feature of the M1 chip boosts image quality further. This leads to a generally excellent image from the built-in webcam, with excellent colors, high clarity and very little lag. The improvements to the webcam and microphones are particularly important with so many people working from home these days and relying heavily on video calling for both professional and social purposes. That's all that I have for you in today's video. Kindly subscribe and like this video. See you in my next video.